Hi, this is Indranil and you are watching Business Bytes in our channel The Spotlight, India's first online business news channel. In today's Business Bytes, first news we have WhatsApp and Instagram may split from Meta and largely deals in hypotheticals. Second news we have Matix Fertilizers and Chemicals to invest 2,600 crore in specialty chemical foray. Third news we have Indian space startups are expanding in the US for grabbing opportunities into 237 billion US dollar space economy. Fourth news we have Goldman Sachs acquired HR software as a service firm PeopleStrong. And fifth news we have EdTech startup Senta and lab-grown diamond jewelry brand Jewelbox raised fund. In first news, WhatsApp and Instagram may split from Meta and largely deals in hypotheticals. In 2012, Meta CEO Mr. Mark Zuckerberg bought the photo-sharing app Instagram with $1 billion, and 2 years later, that time Facebook agreed to buy WhatsApp for $19 billion, and that time many Americans had never heard of the messaging app, which was popular internationally but not well known in the United States. At that time, no one knew how these deals would turn out, but recently the US government argued in the landmark antitrust trial that both the acquisitions, which are now considered among the greatest in the Silicon Valley history, were the actions of a monopolist girding his turf, when Mr. Zuckerberg, who was called as the first witness in the trial, has previously denied that buying Instagram and WhatsApp hurt competition.
The FTC first brought the case against Meta, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp, in 2020. After a series of delays and appeals, Judge James Boasberg will now listen to several weeks of testimony. The FTC alleges that the social media giant illegally monopolized the market through its purchases of Instagram and WhatsApp, pushing out legitimate competition.
Currently, the case which could bring about the split or breakup of one of the tech's most powerful companies largely deals in hypotheticals, when neither the US government nor Mr. Zuckerberg could have predicted how technology would progress since his $1 billion check for Instagram, or what would have happened if the regulators had not approved the purchases.
In 2012, the company bought photo-sharing app Instagram for $1 billion. It purchased the messaging service WhatsApp reportedly for $19 billion 2 years later. At trial, Zuckerberg and Sandberg are expected to testify about those acquisitions. If Meta is found in violation of antitrust laws, Instagram could end up being spun off from Facebook's parent company.
Today, Instagram and WhatsApp are two of the most important parts of Meta's business, when WhatsApp, which was growing quickly internationally, was a text messaging app without a business model. In second news, Matix Fertilizers and Chemicals to invest 2,600 crore in specialty chemical foray in India. Matix Fertilizers and Chemicals will be entering into the production of specialty chemicals with an investment of 2,600 crore, when the company is setting up an unit for the production of isopropyl alcohol, which will be the first in the region. The plant will be set up at the company's existing complex at Panagarh Industrial Park in the West Bengal and will have a capacity to produce 50,000 tons of isopropyl alcohol each year. Isopropyl alcohol, which is commonly referred to as rubbering alcohol, is used in pharmaceuticals and personal care products, where India is one of the largest importers of isopropyl alcohol, while China and the US are among the major exporters. Matix Fertilizers is one of the leading producers of fertilizers in eastern India, where it commands a 20% market share, and apart from urea, the company also manufactures diammonium phosphate and nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, which is also known as NPK, and they also caters to markets like Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Punjab. In third news, Indian space startups are expanding in the US for grabbing opportunities into 237 billion US space economy. India's space tech startups are now seeing the United States as a crucial launchpad for their global growth. From propulsion systems to satellite analytics, Indian space tech startups are setting up their offices, subsidiaries, and manufacturing units in the US to tap into its $237 billion space economy. Startups such as Bellatrix Aerospace, Pixel, and Digantara have already set up their establishments in the US, while any others are making their way through partnerships and MOUs to establish their presence after they have proved their technologies. IIT Madras incubated Bellatrix Aerospace, which makes propulsion systems for satellites just like engines for cars, and as over 50% of the global commercial space market is from the US, so it became very important for any space company to be present in that area and market. The company Digantara, which is a space situational awareness and defense startup, launched their operations in the US recently, and they are actively setting up their manufacturing unit there with an investment of $2.5 million and having a plan to scale up to $15 million. On the other side, Google-backed Pixel Aerospace, which is primarily focuses in business development and data analytics work, is registered in the US as they believes American companies and customers are willing to pay more for cutting-edge technology, which is often backed by large R&D budgets. In fourth news, Goldman Sachs acquired HR software as a service firm PeopleStrong. The private equity arm of investment bank Goldman Sachs have completed the acquisition of a majority stake in Gurugram-based HR software as a service firm PeopleStrong for around $130 million, which is about 1,200 crore. Goldman Sachs has acquired the multiples PE's 84% stake in PeopleStrong in addition to buying out a part of the ESOP's pool from the company's employees, when this is considered to be the second largest private equity buyout deal of a software as a service firm after Singapore-based PE, that is private equity firm Everstone Capital, who acquired around 80% stake of the bootstrap startup Wingify for around $200 million. In the current transactions, Multiple PE is holding 84.3% stake in PeopleStrong, which is followed by employee stock option, that is ESOP's pool, towards which 9.7% of the shares are allocated. PeopleStrong founded in 2005 by Mr. Pankaj Bansal, and after this deal, the company's founder holds 2% stake, while the remaining is held by early backers and angel investors. And in fifth news, EdTech startup Senta and lab-grown diamond jewelry brand Jewelbox raised fund. Senta, which is a teacher accreditation-linked EdTech startup, has raised 20 crore in a current funding round where their existing investors, Discovery Assets, and angel investors participated. The company will be utilizing the fresh fund to scale up their operations in India and in the key international markets, and also to enhance their tech infrastructure. The Bangalore-based EdTech startup Senta was founded in 2014, which is a full-stack platform for teachers where they are providing services like certification, upskilling, and teacher as a service. On the other side, lab-grown diamond jewelry brand Jewelbox has raised $3.2 million in a pre-Series A funding round. Jewelbox is a Kolkata-based startup which is founded by Vidita Kochar Jain, and after this funding round, the company is planning to utilize the fresh capital in expanding their retail footprint across India, in strengthening their brand visibility, and by hiring talent across key functions. So these were the top 5 business newses from Business Bytes in our channel The Spotlight, India's first online business news channel, and requesting you to please subscribe this channel so that you can have all the updates from our end. And thank you very much for watching Business Bytes, and signing it off.